And welcome back to the illusion that is the Careful Boys, where today we're sitting here with Maxx Chewning, y'all. We're gonna do something different with our guests here today. Instead of asking you questions so you can talk about all the business that you've been doing, just out of your curiosity of what we've got going on here, ask us questions about how this operates.
He asked one of my favorite questions that most people that know what they're doing ask. And he goes, so what do you guys do in here for the rest of the time?
Yeah, as the business mogul you are, congratulations with everything you've done. Ask us some business questions, and I just want to see how we answer.
Or give us some advice, too.
No, not yet. You have to learn about us before you can give it.
Honestly, how does that? I know. I mean, I wonder. No one was sweating at the time when I was talking about like partnerships failing, but like, how does this dynamic work?
Well, it's real easy. We have no stake in it.
Yeah. And they're not employees. They're not employees. We have 0 employees.
We're just employees.
No, there's 0 employees.
We're all independent contractors.
Yes, they're here on their own will, on their own time.
So, and y'all switch up like because a lot of them have different like I guess familiar faces, right?
Yeah.
But they're not always. Y'all have like a different circle of friends that y'all just like rotate.
Yeah, there's like a rotating 8 people, and then sometimes the guest changes. Yeah.
I think there's like the 6 team, and then we have some, players on the bench.
Who's the most fan favorite? Who's the most popular?
This dude right here.
Probably Bart.
No, you.
Nah, dude.
I swear, Nick
Nick is the funniest.
Loves him.
And the comments under this video will prove that.
Yeah.
Who's the person that says the most out-of-pocket things that the comments will be like?
That guy.
Okay, well, are they for it or are they like, bro, that was the dumbest thing you've ever said?
Both. They're for it. They're for it nowadays.
Because I run a pod. One of my buddies is like, we'll say like super left field out of like political stuff, and people will either like all praise him or be like, "You're the dumbest thing I've ever seen." Like, what kind of comment was that?
I think we rotate because we have Subin too. That's really awesome.
But yours is like a bit like people know that you're gonna say something like that, so I don't think people have ever called you dumb. They just go, "Oh, that's Bart being Bart."
But your analogies are really good because you explain it well.
Nah.
I think the difference is like when you can see somebody who also like started a business, started a family, is doing successful, is buying houses, but there's a track record of an actual like legitimate and logical person. Then your jokes are just jokes. But then you got a guy like Subin here, and they just think we have like a resident retard.
Yeah. He's an illegal immigrant that's MAGA.
Yeah.
So we love him.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in.
Have y'all talked about? What do y'all think about the tariffs?
We haven't even gone
talked
there
about
yet.
it,
Nah, but our fans hate it when we get political, but we still do it anyway because
it drives the most amount of comments because they either are pissed you're talking about it, pissed at what you're saying because they disagree with you.
we can't even rage bait. Those videos do the worst, but we just do it because it's fun.
What's been like the most? What's been like a topic y'all have talked about that afterwards like it enraged like the comment section that you're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done
Anything that has to do with Trump.
Yeah.
Or Elon.
Yeah.
Or
Elon, Trump. The thing is, before Elon joined, MAGA crew, everyone was cool with it. Yeah. So we just kept talking about it the same way. We just didn't pivot when the world did.
No one's burning his cars before.
Yeah.
He's burning his cars now.
Having Tulsi Gabbard here was really good, and then months later when we posted it on Instagram that she was here, then people got mad.
Yeah, you know why? It's because a lot
like,
of
what the
people
heck?
didn't even know who she was.
Yeah, they didn't know who she was at the time,
after she joined Trump's camp.
Yeah.
But we always followed her, and I liked her just from when I first saw her in the first primary that she was, the one that, what was it?
Against
2016? Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
2020.
Why is it a big brain strategy of doing 5 videos at like 20 minutes a piece versus just one video at like an hour? Or
Bro, no. So
That's what the data shows us.
what you're witnessing is like same method, dude. We're organic in the way that we create our processes, and then we just never change or evolve them. So we
Or the
create
cameras.
This is like 12-year-old method.
those lenses are.
Bro,
What year were you using these lenses? When you used
you said you started in like 2013, right?
That's like 2016 lens. The Canon,
No, literally.
the 80D. I haven't seen anyone use the 80D. And y'all aren't even using the Video Rode Mic Pro Pluses. Those are.
What's the Rode Mic Pro Pluses?
Imagine if people could watch your videos and have like better audio. That's what that was. Wow. And actually,
So would you say that's good? Do you think that's good?
I'm surprised, but I thought y'all were gonna have like mics that were like out of camera that were like sitting right.
Too much.
Yeah, off camera.
All right.
You could just dangle those
Is
mics.
the audio coming from those?
I just want you to imagine that this is 2012 and we are cutting edge for 2012.
You're not wrong.
What if we start holding mics? Do you think we'd look more professional if we just held mics?
They're not even plugged in.
Why don't y'all just have like little Shure mics?
Just the mic right here,
Or
right?
like like a stand. Are you against having higher quality audio?
Data shows that it wouldn't improve.
I'd love the answers to all these.
Yeah, I'm just a witness right now.
The funny, I mean, because we never really had to change it for a long time until now.
If it ain't broke, don't change it.
It's been broke. I'm
broke.
telling you, it's been broke for 6 years.
I think like the average consumer, when they click to our video, they go, "Why does this look so old?"
Yeah.
Somebody said that on one of the videos recently.
What's the biggest shift y'all have seen in like being on? How long have y'all done this show?
Probably 12 years now.
Oh shit.
18 years on YouTube.
So I mean, y'all been on longer than I have, but like, so I've been on YouTube since like late 2012, early 2013. What have you seen shift the most in like viewer, whether it be like engagement or like how like short form is like impacted? Like, what's y'all's opinion on like the viewership? Because I mean, you've been through the ups and the downs on YouTube, and everyone's kind of experienced it, especially after like short form came out. Like, what's y'all's view on that?
Yeah, same. I think a lot of people shifted to short form, especially the fan base. You know, we probably have same era fan base, but all of our peers were seeing the same drop in our long form or regular videos, because I think they're getting into the stage of maybe 30s now. So they're getting, you know, further into their careers, they have kids. And then so
It's kind of selfish of them, don't you think?
super selfish.
Why aren't you watching YouTube? Why are you worried about your family and your career?
But I do think a 15-minute video
On your wife.
While she's talking.
Yeah.
I would say like a 15-minute video for them, like they can binge watch during college, after school, whatever. But now they have to strategically choose what they want to watch, and you're competing against podcasts that are 3 hours long or whatever that can that can take most of their time. But I think our era YouTube, they would probably watch your video and then go to Christian's video, and then they can watch another fitness guy's video, and then they can hop over and see barbell videos. And then that would take up maybe 3-4 hours, because they're going between 10-20 minute videos. And this is why the format is 20 minutes for us, is because we started during a time when we would newsjack content, and we could do 10-minute videos. That was long form back then on YouTube, 10 minutes, because it used to be 2-3 minutes, remember that? And then so we just kept it that way, because that's just what our fans were used to, and we never pivoted to podcasts when everyone was going toward that way.
Because you kind of like had a podcast format pre-podcast, so we just kind of kept it.
Mm-hmm. Do you still? What do you enjoy doing the most? Do you still do a lot of like the skits of?
No, we haven't done skits long because those are so like.
We stopped doing skits in like 2016 maybe, or 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, and in the minute I think about like what it takes to put it together, I get burnt out.
Yeah, but does it have to take what you used to, like the production, everything that put it together? Like, does it actually need that, or is that just like what you're used to, and you're like, no, it has to do this, but in reality, you could just like have
part of
people in a camera.
I think it's part of like I guess the creativity part of it. It's almost like let's say you got to be in Dr. Dre's studio and it's fun, versus like, hey, I got this Fisher Price like beat making machine, and you're like ding ding dong dong ding ding dong dong.
Yeah, but I look at it like do you ever, not like maybe resentment, but do you ever like look at a lot of the super short form like TikToks, like little tiny skits and stuff that get like crazy views, and you're like, my stuff's like way funnier than this, but like, but you're not doing any of that content anymore. But you're like, I mean, I could make stuff so much better than this, but you don't.
No, I get, to me,
An old guy yelling at the cloud.
I see that as a different thing now.
What?
I see that as a different thing now. So before I would compare the two.
Yeah.
But now I go, oh, that's just a different thing, and they're crushing it. And if I want to, that's the other game that I would have to play. But
I'm not. But I'm not gonna do it.
But I'm not gonna do it because I still really do just enjoy like the more Key and Peele or Chappelle show type stuff. Because like that's the, I guess like the Dr. Dre studio, and that's where I get most of my fulfillment from.
Okay.
I got bored from doing it too much.
Bored from. I just be like, we were just too funny all the time. Making this top tier content, it wasn't appreciated as much as it should have been. Bart, real specific to you is now that you've shut down like the clothing, the supplements, and it's been how long since that happened?
Since last year.
Over a year.
July, almost a year.
Okay. How do you feel about your decision? Are you like at peace with it, or do you ever like?
High level regret.
Because when I started Sour Strips, I was running Everforward the clothing, and I got in like bags and stuff. And then I tried managing everything and realized I couldn't. And then I shut Everforward down beginning of last year in January. And for a period of time, I was like, oh man, like why did I do that? Like, do you have any, or are you more like, good riddance? I
fucking love my decision.
Convicted.
Because
I've never seen that serious about anything.
No. To catch you up to speed, I was in a pitching process for like 4 years to sell.
Yeah.
And
to sell barbell?
Sell barbell, yeah, like the whole brand, the gym, the supplements, the apparel, and then we got like pretty close. We had like 3 LOIs, and then we had like
this happens.
Two purchase
right to the end.
Yeah, 2 purchase agreements drawn up, and then one pretty much fell through way at the end. Then I was like, are we gonna pursue this indefinite? I talked to. I don't have a Miss Texas, I have a Miss East LA. So I talked to Miss East LA.
Miss King Taco.
Yeah, I was like, Miss King Taco, Miss Carne Asada. What do we want to do? Do you want to keep pushing this indefinitely? Because as you know, like running the business and selling the business, it's like having 2 jobs now.
Do you know, like, on a surface level, like, can you like briefly just like, why did the deal fall through? Was it like on their end, or they like?
One of them, I think, so they didn't have their cash.
And they were pretty legit, right? Like they were.
Yeah, but I think they didn't have their cash. So I think they were waiting for a specific, I think they were arbitraging somehow. And then so the funds didn't fall through at a certain point, and I think it was, they were trying to request another like 2-week extension. And for me, it was already been too many extensions. I was just tired of pursuing this thing indefinitely. This is already like the 3rd LOI. So I talked to Miss Carne Asada if we want to keep doing this indefinitely, and we're like, you know what, like this will be a non-stop thing, and we're just gonna keep putting our own life choices and our own like life milestones to the side. So we decided to shut it down, and it's been the most peaceful. We've been able to focus on family. Like this is like our.
Like, did you replace that time? Like, did you replace the time you were putting into like clothing and supplements? Did you replace that with family?
Yeah, just like being way more present with the family. And then this is how I know I didn't regret the decision. I think maybe like a few months ago, I got like a DM, and then they're like, hey, I'm part of this fitness venture or health and wellness venture capitalist group, blah, 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 blah. Would you be interested to revive the brand if we were to also come acquire and all that stuff? And I was like, oh shit. Damn. And I was like, nah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, I really like where we're at now. And so I just
Crazy.
Yeah, I want to
It's a baller move.
What would have been the price? And you'd have been like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, 76 million.
77.
That's really. That's
That's a strong number, dude.
that and up is a real man number.
Yeah, we just really like what we have right now, and I think there might be another time where I have like a second wave or second wind of like really pursuing entrepreneurship, but like the amount of like, you know, like the de-stress, the low bandwidth, the not having fucking random heart attacks with people speaking to you in fucking Pakistanis or whatever the fuck they speak. It's pretty cool.
I'm
got a lot of Pakistani problems.
Yeah.
I'm sure you still get a lot of like messages from people of like, man, I wish you still like had the brand going. Like I love this item from you. Like
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite apparel piece that y'all made was I used to wear it all the time. It was long sleeve black, like oversized, and it had like the drop shoulder and like the stripes that went on the side, and like barbell. It went from like
The back shoulder, all the across.
yeah, it went from like the shoulder across.
Yeah.
Those are dope.
Sick shirt.
Cool, thank you, man.
Bring it back, dude.
Nah.
76 million. Man.
You know what sucks? The thing that I did regret, and this has nothing to do with business or finances, was during the whole time we were doing barbell, we would go, oh, like whatever drop we had, and we had like almost monthly drops. Like, oh, we should make a small thing for Taika. Oh, that's a great idea. It's my son's name. We should make a small thing. And through his like 6 years of life, until we closed, we're like, oh fuck, we never made a single thing for him. Just make a small
Not even
version.
like a one-off sample.
No, because you know, like you're just so in the weeds. That's the thing about like business. You're like so in the weeds of things, and you're just trying to like get it all right. And then you do have some fun ideas you can never execute because you're so in the weeds. And then the next drop's over, and then it's the next drop, and then it's the next
I tell you, like, if someone's into clothing, I think clothing is like it's one of the easier like barrier of entry. Like almost anyone can start a clothing company, and that's why you see so many. But like
company too, ever forward.
Yeah, I ran it for like 5 years, and so I think clothing is one of the biggest bitches to like scale. Like it's great in the beginning and all those ideas, but like to scale a clothing company is just it's so much like just capital and inventory, and like you have no idea what's gonna sell, and it's like
and reinventing the wheel every season.
Oh, it's like the hardest thing to do, and especially when you have creating clothes for guys, because you're like, all right, let me move the logo over here, let me move it over here now, and I'll put it on the back now, make it this font. Like you're just like kind of moving it around, doing different things, because you're like, guys only want a black T-shirt and like wear the same clothes, like 8 months out of the year.
I have a box of anoraks right now at my house.
Of what?
Anoraks, like the kind of like a pullover, like waterproof, like windbreaker material.
Oh, barbell ones or
barbell ones? Because there was a typo, and like when you look at letters and designs for so long, letters are no longer letters. They're just designs. So for some reason, we spelled department with the E at the end, like departmente, and it went through so many.
Miss Carne Asada.
What the fuck?
We went through so many. So many quality control checkpoints that no one caught it because everyone has a design eye. So it's like, oh yeah, it's symmetrical. It looks great. That's the Pantone we needed. Like no one's looking at it for just regular English, right? Because you're so used to wearing all these other hats.
Because it was all Mexican.
when I
And so we tried it. So we
Could
created.
have spun that into a joke, and then people would have bought it to collect the limited edition misprint.
I don't think it can because it didn't. The campaign we shot was really cool. You know what I mean? Like it has. Like, if that's one product, part of like the big campaign, and all the athletes that we shot with these like special ops guys. And
They said department.
Okay,
you know what I mean? It's like
I see,
it's like one product that like doesn't.
We're too
really-
all in.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. So
We
we're
went
like,
too cool on this.
I never talked about it, but there was a T-shirt. Shelly came out for the knock, and I like messaged him. I was like, "Bro, that word's spelled wrong on the front of that shirt," and he's like, whatever. And, with sour strips,
he's gangster.
I had to change. I had a graphic designer. I don't work with him anymore. But like years ago, I was like, hey, I need something changed on the back of the bag. It was like, whether it have been like the barcode or the ingredients, but I was like, hey, on the back of this bag that already exists, I need you to change like X, Y, and Z in these things. Like, okay. So he sends it back to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, great. Go into production, like all these things. And after we this was with 2 flavors, blue raspberry and watermelon, and we made like 500,000 bags of this, so it was like a good amount. And like I get a message from someone that like had it, and they're like, hey, on the front, the like artificially flavored candy, it says aftificially, and I'm like, what the fuck? So he misspelled it. So I'm messaging to him. I'm like, bro, like you misspelled artificially, and he's like, damn, I guess we should have caught that. I was like, bro, I told you to change the back of the bag. Why would I recheck the front of the bag, like of anything that didn't happen? He's like, I don't know, that's crazy. I'm like,
graphic designers do that.
I know.
Is he Korean? Got a beef with Korean
Graphic
designers.
I don't know. So we've dropped a lot of like workout programs, and then so like almost every workout program we drop will probably go through like 12 drafts.
Yeah.
So you create a program, cool, everything. Oh, this word is misspelled. Can you change this? Whatever. They change it. Then I read it, and I'm like, what happened to that word on page 3?
I changed that one
You
too?
don't even have to touch that. What the fuck? And then so you change the correct page 3, then page 24 is fucked, and you change 24. And I'm like, what the fuck is
bro.
up with graphic
Now
design?
with bags, I have to like, I'm like zooming in like 300. I'm like, all right, let's go by letter, and I'm like reading everything.
And you do the QC?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, no one cares more than you,
Yeah.
and like there'll be times where 5 other people have proofread it, and my English is the worst, and I still catch the mistake. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, if I caught it, there's at least 3 more errors in this thing.
Gotta stop hiring from East LA, dude.
Plus,
Departmente.
you just want like that project to get done, and you're at like chapter 18 of it, and you're just like, all right, approved.
Maybe the entire time you just thought that's how you spell the word.
Maybe people just thought it was Barbell Brigade.
Brigade.